Well, welcome back to Life on Cars. Hope you're all well. And in today's episode, we're going to be working on the MR2. And this time we're going to be showing you how to take out the back lights. Now, the reason I'm doing this on my car is I just want to get in there, make sure there's no corrosion, make sure there's no dirt, get everything a good clean out. And also just to inspect the internals and maybe change the bulbs while I'm at it. I don't think they've been out for a long time. Looks like there could be quite a lot of dirt trapped behind the backlight. So yeah, hopefully it'll be another satisfying job and we won't find any problems, and it'll be another one that's helping to keep this MR2 on the road and working well. So come on, let's get into it. Let's go. Yeah, I don't think they've been out for a long time. You can see there's a lot of trapped dirt here, so I think it's a good idea to pop these out and do a bit of a clean-up job and inspection. So if I remember rightly, they're not too bad to take out. These there's a screw here which you pop out. Let's put that in the boot for safety, and then the side of the indicator lamp needs to come out, and I think you basically get it from the bottom, pull it up like that, and it's basically on a couple of clips, which thankfully have stayed intact. And then there's like a spring-loaded clip as well. It's always scary when you're taking things off a 34-year-old car like this, because plastic obviously goes brittle with age. But anyway, they've survived. So now that that's off, there's a couple of screws in the end underneath that cover. But yeah, I've wanted to get behind these because I want to see how the fog lamps are wired, because the wiring that's been added for the fog lamps is a bit dodgy, if I'm being honest. So now those two end screws are out, the unit will come forward. And as expected, it's full of dead matter, decaying, whatever, cobwebs and all sorts behind there. So we'll be able to give all this a nice clean, get rid of all this kind of stuff that's going on, and check it out. Hoover first, I think, and then we'll disconnect it all. Oh, this one's in a bad way as well, look. Oh dear. So at this point I discovered that the centre panel there that you can see, the purpley coloured one, was hiding the original centre panel behind it. So once I discovered that, I got quite excited. If you want to see that video of me discovering that centre panel, check out the MR2 playlist, and that's where you'll find the discovery video. Going to be another one of them satisfying jobs. So we'll do some before shots. Yep, they've been in there for a long time, haven't they? There's the grill that we found. And this side as well. I'm going to disconnect the connectors and pull the grommet and everything out and take the whole lamps out of the way so I can clean the apertures. But to do that I will need to desolder these connections for the fog lamp, because obviously that joins both the lamps together, and then I'll just redo them when I put it back together. It's either that or you can pop all the bulbs out, but then you've got the bulbs dangling around in the way when you're trying to clean. So plus having the bulbs left in keeps all the lamps sealed up while I'm giving all this a wipe around. So that's the plan anyway, that's what I'm going to do. Can you hear the rain bashing against the garage door? There we are, that's out. That one's out. Looks like a dragon, doesn't it? Anyway, right, apertures to clean and the centre panel to clean, and then we'll deal with these a bit later. So I think we're going to start off with a bit of soapy water and a sponge. Get the thick off. Right, so there we are with the little wash down, and the centre panels come up quite nice with just the first wash. So yeah, I think it's going to might try a bit of that auto glim rubber and vinyl care on it next. But yeah, I ended up pulling the rubber seal off just so I could get up behind here, and I did take that trim off as well, which just it's just on poppers. I popped that out because I ended up having a bit of a wipe round the whole way around the boot aperture as well. So I think the next thing just to prepare this will be to use a bit of polish behind the lights and along the edges, and a bit of vinyl and rubber clear on that trim panel, and see how it looks after that. I'm just cleaning the boot seal. You can't take it right off unless you disconnect the hinge, but I've found that if you just do that and keep moving it round, you can get it over a bucket, and you wouldn't believe the amount of dirt that's come off this seal. It was absolutely rank, and the water has basically gone black. So I'm going to change the water and go around again. Alright, the seal's clean. I'm just going to leave it hanging there drying. So I'm going to do a bit of a polish out of those light apertures and around the boot, and then give the centre panel a bit more of a clean. Right, progress so far. So that's a bit of polish used on the apertures, etc. And you might have noticed on the time lapse I went and ran a bit over the inside of the boot and around the where the seal goes. So yeah, it's looking really nice now, isn't it? A lot cleaner than it was. So I'm just going to have a bit more of a go on this centre panel now. Some of you might be wondering, oh, why haven't you taken that off, Paul? Well, the reason why, from experience, I know that the type of, basically there's like some nuts that go through the back, but if you try and move them, they'll spin because the plastic's probably gone a bit brittle, so I don't want to risk damaging it, so I'm just going to leave that in situ. There's no need to take it off. So yeah, I'm just going to try a couple of different products on this now and see if we can get it looking A1. So I'm going to start off with this. You can use this on plastic, exterior trim, etc. I did a review on this on a video on the playlist for the MR2 when I did the T-bar seals, so you might want to check that out. Anyway, let's give it a bit of a go on this back trim. Well, it's looking pretty good, isn't it? I've just gone over with a bit of silicone spray on the end there. We'll see what happens when it's dry. It may need, I may decide to just use a bit of bumper trim gel on it as a finishing touch, just to make it as dark as it can be. But the condition wise, it's really good. It's not got any nasty marks on it or anything like that, and the MR2 isn't chipped or anything, so that whole cover's just been hiding that away and protecting it all this time. Right, I need to clean the back of the lights out and start putting it back together. What about the back of these lamps then? Well, I'm going to hit them with a little bit of soapy water. And then get wiping, I guess. Don't want to be using too much water for this though, do we? I've got no choice really but to sit down at the table and just get wiping. It's going to take some time, this. Alright, time for some new bulbs and then we'll get them back in the car. Okay, I know this is slightly nerdy, but these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bulbs out of the 8 in total, 5 I'm going to say are original Toyota bulbs, and they've lasted 34 years and they still work. And the reason I'm saying that is because these are all stamped with Koito, Koito, which I know is the original company that supplied the bulbs to Toyota, Koito Japan. So I'll find a picture of the manufacturer and the symbol. Same make as the original bulbs. So this company here was obviously making these lights for Toyota as well. Alright, feed the cable back through and make sure the grommet's gone home, and then just offer it back in. Little top screw here. Before I fit that end cap, I'm going to just test the lights to make sure that they work. Tell me if they're working. Side lights, brake, reverse, indicator, they were working, right? Thought so. Okay, whenever I fit something back like this, especially if it's old, I'm just going to put a tiny bit of grease on these clips where they slide in, just so I know it'll come out a bit easier next time. Well, it's done. Shall we check it out? Let's go. Well, there we are then, another satisfying job ticked off on the MR2, and the discovery of the original centre panel on the back there between the two backlights was a nice surprise, and I think it's cleaned up quite nice, and for me it's nice to return the car back to the originality and have that MR2 badge showing on the back as well. So I hope you enjoyed the episode, hope you got something out of it. If you did, don't forget to give us a like and subscribe. That would be fantastic. If you're new to the channel, you might want to check out some of the playlists. So we have quite a big playlist on the go now on the MR2 project, with all the tasks and things that we've done to bring this car back to life. We also have the Jaguar XK with a big playlist on that, and other vehicles as well that we've been working on the channel. So stay tuned, stay safe, stay well, and we'll see you all again very soon with something else on Life on Cars. Bye bye, bye bye.